So our group of 3 adventurers have made their way back to Terrawar via a transport via plant spell cast by Reginald. You guys find yourself in the clearing just outside. What would you like to do?
Gronk's gonna like kind of walk into the clearing and turn around to everybody and look at Deacon like specifically and be like, guys, I really feel like this might be a really good point to bring this up. I want us to all choose some safe words.
Okay, my safe word is Nobblestaff. Nobblestaff, where are you? Nobblestaff.
He is not in this clearing at this moment.
Gronk, I think the first thing you ask before you ask about safe words is whether or not we should whip each other for pleasure.
Oh no.
I mean, Gronk's gonna ponder that for a little bit. Hold on a minute.
I don't understand what's happening here.
To which I
Neither
say
do I.
no.
Gronk's disappointed.
Sorry, Reginald.
Yes, this is a strange... I've never heard of, tree stride sickness, but apparently you might all have it.
I
so
do
Gronk,
not.
what is your
Mm-mm.
Gronk? What do you really want to talk about?
I mean, really, I want to let you guys know that my safe word is Sotera.
What? Okay.
Why?
Why? Why did you pick Sotera?
Because... Okay, so Sotera is the Greek mythology goddess of safety and protection. So that's why I chose it as the player. He has no idea why. It's just a word that he's never going to use except for his safe word.
Okay, so
In what context would you be using this?
why would you need a safe word?
Well, I just want to let you guys know Deacon makes me very uncomfortable.
You're welcome.
Oh, I
So
thought it
Tara.
was... I thought it was because you felt safe in Terrawar, so if you had to go somewhere, you're like, oh, so Terra.
Lar.
Well, you don't... It's a safe word. You don't want it to be too long. Why am I a part of this conversation?
I don't know.
And Reginald walks off, like, to go back down.
Wait, Reginald, wait.
What?
I think we need to talk to Nobblestaff about everything that we've seen.
Wait, are you saying Nobblestaff the guy or Nobblestaff the safe word?
Yes.
I'm confused.
Okay, I think what Gronk is trying to say is, Deacon, I think you need to lay off the teasing just a little bit. If you want, you can tease me.
You got it. Actually, I'm more scared of you than I am him, but
My
maybe.
safe word is raisin.
Okay.
All right.
All right. But Reginald, we definitely, I think we should relay everything that we just encountered to Nobblestaff and see what he has to say. What do you think?
That's a great idea.
That would be a great idea. That is what I was going to do.
Oh, we should all go together.
Oh, that's fine.
Outside of safe words.
My safe word is just not being near you all right now.
Well,
All right,
that's
well-
like a phrase. That's not necessarily a word.
Yeah, tough shit. I'm going with you. Let's go.
Not being near all of you right now. Not being near all of you right now. Not.
And Gronk's just
As
following.
Reginald just
Yeah, we're all
walks
just
out.
following you down the
It's
stairs.
still a safe phrase.
She, Zenko kind of catches up to Reginald. So are you all right?
Never actually attempted that spell before. I fear it taxed me quite a bit.
And what about what we just saw earlier? Are you okay?
It was disturbing. I do not think I have fully processed it all yet.
How well did you know them other than Ayla?
I had visited their tribe a couple of times, but most of it when I was younger, and had not seen many of them in a long time. I just remember Ayla as a little girl, hardly more than a baby. And when Nobblestaff showed me the vision of her being the only survivor, a deep anger rose in me. But she has chosen to stay and made her own choice. And I hope that it is a good one. But now I know the true fate of what has befallen some of our people.
I feel she is in good hands.
Well, that...
Quirky, but good.
Yes, I just hope he remembers to feed her. But she is a capable girl. I think she will find the kitchen.
Like she's a fucking Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi?
Is that the porn version of a Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi.
I'm going to tickle your Gucci.
Yeah,
No, definitely Tamaguchi.
All right, so you'll make your way down the long staircase. And you're actually taken to Nobblestaff's quarters for the first time, as Reginald brings you to less of a house that's kind of shaved out of the rock. It's more like a cave system that's been built into it.
Tell me about the smells.
How
How do I experience this when I walk in?
When you just first walk in?
Yeah.
It is very different from the rest of Terralar in the sense that a lot of the stuff that they grow is predominantly for food. Nobblestaff actually has tiny little like luminescent fungi that seem to be helping like natural grass and flowers and stuff grow. And it does, compared to the rest of Terralar, it does smell a little bit nicer.
Does this look familiar at all?
No.
But
'Cause
not
I'm-
too familiar.
Yeah, but not too familiar. I'm just wondering if this is the same grass, like the same way that they were growing grass in Tristalin.
Don't remember any bioluminescent fungi, and this grass does not seem to be as neatly trimmed. It seems to be growing a little bit more wild.
Ooh.
It might be the same grass.
Okay. I don't know what I was going to do with that information. I was just curious.
No, but yeah.
He was going to taste it.
It's
I thought he might.
He's definitely going to eat this grass. Nobblestaff.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
15.
You don't hear any immediate response, but a little bit farther into this cave system, kind of rebounding off of a small little tunnel, you hear.
I can like pinpoint this though, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many like corridors off it. It's not like a massive like tunnel system. It's just his home, so to speak, is kind of carved into the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go down this hallway or cave?
Sure. I mean, there's no doors
Tunnel.
or anything. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go down this. Do I find him?
You do see a sleeping elderly gnome on a big pile of like peat and moss.
I'm gonna start a new band called Elderly Gnome.
Are they like a rock band?
Yeah. I saw him
Elderly gnome.
open up for Black Flag in 2015.
Okay.
I thought you said it was a new band.
Yeah,
They
are a new band.
All right.
Elderly Gnome.
Sure.
Let's move on.
I mean, you see him there. He seems sound asleep.
Okay. Can I like shake him awake?
Go for it.
Like gently. I'm gonna like reach out with my hand and like kind of gently.
Really?
Nobblestaff. Am I rolling for this?
No, I mean,
Okay. Then I just do it.
okay. What is your armor class?
14. Fuck it. Where are your dice? Where are you rolling mine?
My dice circle. So he
So you did not succeed.
hmm?
No, you hit the shit out of me, don't you?
Immediately upon you like kind of shaking him, you hear him just yell out, "You will not take me!" And then just gently behind your leg, you feel like a thwack from a staff, but it doesn't seem to have enough impact to really hurt you.
Okay, good, because I was getting ready to take damage. Nobblestaff, it's us. It's us. We're back.
Hi, welcome back.
Okay,
He kind of wipes a little bit of sleep from his eyes. And
you okay?
yeah, just sleeping, taking a nap.
Okay.
I'm old. Tired.
I'm not going to contest any of this. So we went to the people where you sent us. You were yawning.
Yeah. Tired. Woke me up.
Yes. So we.
You went. You're back.
Okay, hold on. Do you need like a coffee or something before we like go into this? We were coming to like brief you on everything that just happened.
I mean, I would appreciate like 15 seconds to like wake up.
Okay, you need like a tickle?
No. Prefer to just kind of get my bearings. Okay, so it's you.
Hi.
I see Reginald kind of in the hallway behind you, and sorry, sir. And where's your two friends? Are they still alive?
They're literally right here. I don't know. I don't even know. They might have come down the hallway with me. They did not say in the meta whether they did or not.
Zenko comes to the door.
Gronk follows.
Okay,
All right.
thank you
All
for
right.
not leaving me alone with Nobblestaff in his bedroom.
So you're all back. What happened?
So we went and we fought the Hounds of Raylex, which were sicked on us, and we saved one child.
Ayla.
Yeah, that's weird that you knew that, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one that recommended Reginald go to try and save her.
Okay, well, yeah.
Ayla is safe. She's with Speckleface. She calls the elder Dragonborn.
Oh
near
yeah,
the village.
Speckleface. God, that old coot up in the observatory.
I would really prefer you didn't use words like coot.
I'm old. Don't tell me how to change my ways.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he writes interesting stuff. I've read it. Some parts of it are good. Most of it's weird.
How are his plays? I haven't read one yet, but he gave me one.
If you're a serious critic, they're not good. If they're not, and it's like, if you want to determine if this is like good bad or bad, like they're usually pretty good bad.
Okay.
I mean, they're funny. Like,
Okay.
as long as you like don't tell him they're funny because he doesn't think they're comedies.
Okay, so Okay, I'm trying to think of how I can use this play.
They're kind of like Army of Evil Dead.
I mean, as long as the army all has like 1 foot or something, like that might be funny.
Okay. If they're saying stuff like Klaatu, Verada, and Nickel. Right?
Yeah, that'd be funny, I guess. Like,
Okay.
It's a weird phrase.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, y'all went there. Ayla's at Speckleface. You know.
Yes.
Yes, she is safe. Everyone else is dead.
Damn it.
But we killed all the hounds. Hounds of Raylex. I mean, do you know what the Hounds of Raylex are?
I mean, I kind of know a little bit about Raylex, but not a lot. I've already told you most of what I know, but the Hounds, I think it's like his special forces or his like assassin squad, or I don't know much about him.
His attack dogs, his dogs of war.
Or
that would be appropriate.
I mean, more like Ass Squad.
That's a new one. Is that a colloquial term from where you're from?
Yeah, because we beat the shit out of them.
Oh, I get it. Sorry, a little early for the jokes.
It's okay. But I like to tell you jokes because it makes you laugh, and I like it when you smile because it makes you look young.
Thanks. Makes me forget I'm old.
Me too.
All right. Anywho.
Yeah. So we beat the Ass Squad, and and then gave Ayla over to Speckleface, and they're gonna live together. And then we came back here.
Okay. Speckleface have anything to say? I mean, he's usually like, I don't know, he looks up at the sky a whole freaking lot. Reginald will pipe in.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Please, we don't remember.
I have not re-listened to the last episode, so I'm staring at Jared going, please help me. What does Gronk remember?
That's asking a lot.
I know.
So Reginald will step forward and say, yes, the old Dragonborn did mention something about that the stars had seemed to change their alignment in the night sky over the since a couple of weeks ago. It seems to have lined up similar to the night of the blue lights.
Yes.
Yeah, and he said that it might be linked to Anathor's death.
I believe that would line up with the night of the blue lights, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then that would make sense. He also said something peculiar as we left. I do not know if you know this term, Nobblestaff, but it was, may you shine unto darkness born. I did not understand it.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Gronk, give me a... Just give me a straight wisdom check.
Okay. Oh, not bad. That's a 14.
It sounds familiar. Like it's like somebody misquoted something that you've heard a lot in your life.
So this is the misquote, or what I've heard growing up is the misquote?
This sounds like a misquote of something you've heard.
Okay.
But Nobblestaff himself, I don't. Phrase doesn't really mean anything to me. Stars being out of attunement, that's a little weird. That usually has a bunch of messages kind of from the gods and kind of how they relate to us here on the material. So it's not good that they're seriously out of, their normal positions.
Wait. What if they're going to their natural positions and we're in the unnatural positions?
I wouldn't know that. I don't really know, cosmically where we relate to them.
I have no idea either. I just thought if I said something...
It's an interesting theory.
That it might be an interesting theory.
It's an interesting
and it
theory.
might lead somewhere.
I mean, Druid of Earth, kind of underground, kind of harsh thing. All right. Well, if that's everything that y'all found, I don't really know what to tell y'all at the moment. I'm gonna talk to some of the other, tribe leaders and see what I can find out. But it's gonna be a minute.
Like how long a minute? Like a short rest?
No, this it's not exactly easy to do. So probably be a few weeks to get everybody's information correct. And
how about while we wait, we head toward the fire, the fire shrine.
Well, why don't
I need to go see my sister.
Yeah, why don't we go check out Gronk's sister
Yes.
and then we can come back?
Sorry, Gronk.
I would prefer sleeping for now, and then we can go.
And then we can come back in a couple of weeks, and then you guys might have an answer for us, Nobblestaff.
I might have more information at least.
Okay.
You know how to get in touch with us too, though, right? So if anything comes up,
Yep.
You could just zap right to where we are.
Depends on where you are.
If you guys don't mind, after we check on Gronk's sister, might we go see my family? I have a new sibling.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, if it's on the way, not like a crazy out of the way.
If it's too far out of the way, it can wait.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys have talked about how close you live together. You guys were about a day and a half, 2 days away from each other.
Okay. So it's on the way.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does not affect Deke one way or the other because he does not live anywhere. He lives everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
Jesus.
So where y'all staying here while you wait? Or are you going to see a sister?
Oh yeah, we're gonna check out Gronk's sister.
I would like to sleep out in the open
Okay.
and make a fire
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
and take a rest.
Sure.
Cool.
But how are you gonna get there?
And we're gonna go up the stairs.
No, not to where you're sleeping, dum-dum.
Okay. You asked a very broad question.
How are you getting to the sister?
Walking.
However I can.
So walking.
Where are
Unless
you
you're offering away novel staff.
You got a tree to Gronk's house.
Novels.
I do not have a tree to Gronk's house, but you two, I assume, are from Oxley.
I'm from Oxland.
Yeah. Sure. Well, if you need to go over the mountain range, there is a faster path. Might not be as safe, but it probably beats the trek going all the way to Tristol and then north through the gate.
Okay.
True.
I mean,
But time is of the essence in this, right, Gronk?
Yeah.
All right.
Is the river nearby? Maybe we can find somebody with a boat.
You got a boat?
no, the river's about 2 days north of here. Doesn't really flow as predominantly in this area as it does towards Tristolin, but there is an old mountain path. It's called the Passage of Gren'do'la.
Who's Gren'do'la?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay.
All of us, or just
Anybody who cares to make one.
This could be good.
No.
That's a 17.
Gronk got a 14.
Deacon, you know that the Passage of Gren'do'la it was used many centuries ago as an attack path between these two countries, and it was basically the dwarves and the orcs would pop out of the mountain, essentially farther away from the river, where most of the troops would usually attack from, and could kind of attack from behind. And then after that initial assault kind of failed off, and the orcs and dwarves were managed to be pushed back, that tunnel became like a hotbed of basically warfare for probably about a decade.
Okay, but what about now?
It has fallen into disuse. It is not a well-traveled path. It is just one that is rumored to go basically from this country to that. Like it is to cut underneath the mountain.
Well,
But
they say to take the path less traveled.
But there could be like booby traps and stuff along the way.
I mean, there might be booby traps. There might be monsters. It might be perfectly safe. There might be people that actually live in there.
There might be boobies.
Might be boobies. Not opposed.
I mean, you could always just bring your own.
I might.
Okay.
I got some right here in this bag on a tin type.
Yeah, I can. After y'all rest up, I got a spell that could probably get y'all to the entrance.
And then how far away from Gronk's house would that be? Put us?
I mean, based on my guess, it would probably shave about 3 or 4 days off your travel.
Excellent.
Okay,
That's
done.
great. Thank you.
So
Yeah, y'all just come let me know whenever you need me to wisp you away. That'll be funny later.
It's funny now. Is I know things, and I stare at him with like wide eyes, knowingly, but not knowing, but pretending like I do know.
As you have the staring contest, his eyes start twitching really creepily, and then
My eyes start watering, and tears start streaming down them because I don't want to. I'm holding them wide open.
he finally just blinks at you.
I win.
Sure do. Go get some sleep.
I want to sleep. So
Gronk's
bad.
Let's
already on
catch
his
a
way
few
out.
winks.
Like Knobblestaff is laying back down.
Okay, good night. And I tuck in Knobblestaff.
Pretty sure it's like midday, but okay.
Do you give him a kiss on the forehead?
Yes. I tell him a story.
How dim are weird.
Yeah, you're welcome, though. You learned something about the king of the Fae tonight. I just sang you a song about it.
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, Knobblestaff was taking like a nooner. Like he was just like
Gronk's going back out to the same little campsite that they were at before, and he's just going to lay down in the grass and close his eyes.
Yeah, Deke's going to go up and he's going to like try to start like a fire so he can like grab a quick bite to eat and then like pass out.
okay. Zenko.
Zenko's going up and she's going to sit propped up against the trunk of a tree. She can't sleep.
Yeah, like as Deke is like starting this fire and Gronk is like asleep, Deke's going to look at Zenko and he's going to just straight say to her, "Hey, what do you think this is that we're walking into with Gronk's sister?" Like I don't want to be like a dick about it, but like, do you think this has to do with like where we're headed to like save the world, or is this like, you know, you think this is a distraction from that?
I think it's important to help our friend. He seems really worried about his sister, but I have a weird feeling that this might be connected to what we're doing.
Yeah, like, is this a thing? Like, I'm just curious. Do you think this is a thing that Raylex has done to distract us from our true mission, which is defeating Raylex?
I'm not sure, but we shouldn't.
And you know,
We
like I
shouldn't
said,
ignore our humanity.
yeah,
Or,
I mean,
you know,
but those of us that have humanity. But I like I said, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I'm not trying to trivialize like what he's going through and what his
We should-
sister's going through.
we should
Because
remain aware.
yeah, I don't want to walk into this blindly.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like I definitely want to be aware of like that outside things might be influencing what we're going through because Raylex aims to kill us specifically, and he might use anyone close to us to get to us.
Did you receive a message that night as well?
No.
Okay, so only Gronk and I received messages.
Yeah.
Hoping they're real messages.
That's fair. It could all be fake. Who knows?
I'm wondering. I can't stop thinking about that soothsayer. She was terrified, almost as if she had no control.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, so I just, yeah. That's as much as I have to offer on that. I believe
all
you.
right.
Yeah. I mean, it. From what you've told me, it sounds scary, but like,
I wonder how long Raylex has had his eyes on us. If it happened before or since us returning the sword.
and when it's also, I mean, is this something that's happened before? I mean, not necessarily just like this, but like somebody's come up against Raylex, and has this been like a fight where like people have come before us against him and have lost? And if so, were they of Anathor? Was it people of the tribe of Fate, or I don't know.
Matt, would I know anything about this?
No. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check, though.
Oh. Yeah, that's just a 5.
You haven't heard before any of this. You hadn't heard anything of Raylex. You don't really have a great concept of what he's capable of, and you don't know if the soothsayer or hijacking these sending spells is within his grasp.
Unfortunately, I have no idea.
Yeah,
We're kind of going into this blind.
and I hate that. So okay. You and me talking right now. When me and my daddy would go into a new town that we knew nothing about, we would keep our eyes open, and we would communicate to each other when we had a split second alone. I'm not saying that I don't trust Gronk right now, who is sleeping, but he is going to be blinded by emotions for his sister going into this because they're family, right? Like, I would be the same way if it was my daddy.
And that's why we need to be looking out for him.
We need to look out for him, but we also need to look out for us.
Of course.
Because we need to be able to separate ourselves from his emotions as we walk into this. And we need to be able to process all of the information so that we can act correctly when the time comes. Whether we need to run or we need to fight. Because there's no shame in running.
I've yet to run from a battle. However, I see the wisdom in that.
I've run from many situations. Look, sometimes you can't fight. Sometimes you have to run. And that's just how life is. And if this is a situation where we find ourselves in where we have to run, we have to run.
We will run.
But if we have to fight, we will fight.
We will drag Gronk by his ankles if we have to.
I'm worried that we're going to find ourselves in a situation to where there is nothing that we can do or say that can change any of the outcome of this situation. And I do not, and I don't want to say like waste, because that's the wrong word, but I don't want to put us in a position to where we are so focused on this situation to where we're not thinking about the whole. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want us to completely forget about Raylex because we're so focused on Gronk's sister. And I'm not saying that, finding out the truth and seeking the truth about it is wrong. Because it's absolutely right. We should do that.
If we find out what's going on and we can do nothing about it, then that's what we'll do. We'll move on and do our best.
It's not a cowardly act in running. Then that's not how I mean running. I mean like we are moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no point in dwelling in the past. There's no point in dwelling in what we cannot change and what we cannot do anything about. And if this is a thing that Gronk gets hung up on, I need you to help me get him to move forward.
That I can promise.
Okay. Thank you. You want some of this owlbear jerky that I made?
That sounds lovely. Thank you.
Nice. Here's 2 strips. It's Jack Link's.
I thought you didn't know, Jack.
Zenko, did you actually get any sleep or no?
She kind of rests her eyes for a little bit because we're not sleeping for the night. We're just taking a little break.
I don't know how
'Cause it's-
long.
I was hoping for a long rest.
Yeah, like after this conversation, I'm gonna like eat some Jack Links and zonk.
So is that what we're doing? We're going to bed early?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, resting up.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause-
Zenko stays awake for a couple more hours, but then she goes to sleep.
yeah, and like Deke is going to like kind of fiddle with his lute for a little bit after talking and maybe like murmur a few songs, or like maybe he's working on a new song.
Mhm.
And then he's going to put his lute aside and he's going to fall asleep.
Working on a new song for his new band.
Maybe.
Go ahead and give me a perception check there, Deacon.
But 16.
You know that sensation you get where like your phone is vibrating in your pocket, but
But
you go
it's
to
not in
reach
my
it,
pocket.
But it's it's not actually there.
Yeah, the phantom phone.
Yeah, you feel that almost coming from your sword hilt for a second, and then you go to grab it, and there's no vibration or anything.
Okay, I thought you were going to say my sword isn't there.
No.
Now I was going to be pissed. I was going to come over this table, Matt.
No, it was like a phantom text, but through your sword. It kind of just, and then as you were kind of singing, trying to come up with new songs.
I'm going to like grab it and look at it. Can I do an investigation check on my sword to see if anything's different?
Looking it over, you don't find anything different currently. No.
Okay.
Gronk, do you go through those journals kind of while you've taken your rest and the others kind of need a little bit more sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming to the end of one of the passages, you find another phrase that is similar to just from how this person wrote all of his narratives. It sounds more, I want to say, proactive in what it's saying. But it says, "Your light is here to banish the darkness." Go ahead and give me another wisdom check.
Not good. That is a 4.
It seems like it's just kind of tickling, like somebody's just not saying something right. But it does, again, now that you've had it come from Speckleface as well, it seems like this kind of theme of a sentence comes up around intellectuals. Well, you found this quote. Doesn't mean a whole lot to me, but are you all ready to go?
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I just wanted to bring it up just to see if it sparked a little bit of memory.
No, I mean, I don't see any other real connection other than they sound kind of similar.
Okay, let's go.
All right. This might be a little disconcerting. You are all gonna be clouds.
Yeah, got it. Clouds, gaseous form.
To an extent, yeah. You will be made of gas. You will move very quickly. If you want, you can take kind of a breather and kind of focus on being yourself again. Takes about a minute. And, this lasts for about 8 hours. You should move pretty quickly. He begins doing a chant. Zenko, you kind of can read how he's casting his magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this is sort of a ritual. It takes a solid minute for it to cast. And as you guys are all kind of sitting around wondering, like, what's about to happen, after this minute passes of him encircling the group, all 4 of you turn into gas.
Well, as he's doing this, Deke is going to reach out and he's going to grab Zenko and Gronk's hands.
I have one quick question.
It's a gas.
Yes.
Please don't do that.
Is Winky with you?
Yes, Winky's with us.
Okay.
Because I keep freaking forgetting
Good
about
call,
Winky. Yeah, Winky's with us, but I'm
Okay.
going to grab their hands and then Winky's going to start humping my leg.
Okay.
And Gronk's just gonna mumble under his breath. Soteria.
All 5 of you turn into tiny, well, not tiny, but, about your size forms of, like, cloud.
Okay.
And from the directions that he would have given you, the passage is to the north. You want to bear slightly northeast once you get to the road, and you should find a gap in the mountain on this side that actually has like plant growth coming up to it before it dissipates into the mountain. It looks like a dagger point leading up into the mountain, and you should find the passage there.
Okay.
All right.
So he's not sending us directly there. We have to navigate.
Yep.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
As you guys begin to take off, you can kind of look back. At the speed you're traveling, it's actually a little difficult, especially at night, but you start to see that Novelstaff's wisp form seems to dissipate, and he's staying. And it's just you 3 and Winky. And you guys are moving at about 300 feet per round. It does take you probably a solid 4 hours or so before you hit the road. You do remember that you have about 8 hours of this spell.
I'm just going to keep going.
So you hit the road and you head slightly northeast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where Novelstaff told us to go.
Yes. All right. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Actually, it's fine. It's an 18, so.
Okay.
Gronk got a 7.
Zenko?
18.
Let's see about Winky. All right. Deacon Deacon and Zenko, both of y'all notice.
Dinko.
Zenko.
We're being shipped now by listeners as
Oh,
Dinko.
Gronk is
Dinko.
jealous.
Right around when the road breaks, you all notice one of the clouds seems to start drifting pretty far east, almost directly down the road.
Which cloud is that? It's
You have
it's
no
fucking
idea.
winky.
You're all clouds.
Can I can I use like a mage hand to guide it back with us?
No.
But
You cannot cast in this form.
Fuck.
The only
Can I
thing-
make like a cloud hand to like guide it back over with us?
You can go try and like get up in whoever's face it is.
I'm gonna wrangle it.
Okay. Gronk, you notice a cloud kind of drift over in front of you and then seem like it's trying to hover and like get your attention. You can't say anything.
Okay.
You had started to drift a little bit too far east, essentially.
Oh.
And kind of lost track of like where the clouds are. You're all traveling like this is the middle of the night. So
I'm
it's
gonna-
a little hard to see, and you kind of lost track of everybody. You got a little bit lost, and then they found you.
I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Then you guys continue traveling north by northeast, and you do notice as the tree bank on the north side of the river is much less dense than on the south side. And then as you're getting closer to the mountains, there's, for the most part, near these mountains, there's a solid gap between any kind of real foliage and the mountainside. And then right as it's getting close to daybreak, you do see kind of similar to what Novel Staff described, is kind of this dagger of trees that seems to lead up into the mountains for about a mile, and then that
Nice.
also dissipates. But it does seem to actually dip into the mountainside. Y'all choose to go towards that land?
Yeah, let's go toward that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. As you're coming down, you get near where these trees this tree line ends, and just to the east of where this tree line ends, you do notice a road. It seems like kind of a weird, like kind of cobblestone rough path. It seems to travel through here.
And how long have we been doing this at this point?
Y'all are coming y'all have maybe 10 minutes left.
Okay.
But everybody give me perception checks again.
13.
9.
14.
Okay. Did you roll a natural 1?
Yeah.
You don't add anything to do that. It's an auto fail.
I know.
You punk.
I know.
So by 9, he meant no.
Yes.
Nothing.
9.
I see 9. I see nothings.
Gronk and Zenko, just probably about maybe a quarter mile up the road, you see what looks to be like a dark shape moving away from the tree line. At this distance, it's kind of hard to make out what it is. It looks kind of larger in the front, and then it has like this shadow behind it that seems to, like in the morning light, you can't quite make out any colors or shapes, but it looks like it has almost like a flat back that comes out of it.
I try to get its attention to follow the path that we're going on.
It's about a quarter mile away at the moment. It's going to take you, I don't know, 4 rounds to get there. As you begin to approach, does everybody follow, or does everybody go to the tree line? Or
I'm just going to follow.
okay.
We're going to follow.
All right. As you get closer to it, the shapes do finally start to gain some color. You notice that they're 2 distinct different shapes as you get a little bit closer. One seems to be a large, burly figure hauling a cart. And then from the cart, you can actually see what looks like there's a large human type figure sitting in the front seat. And then in the back, you see several barrel-like objects.
Hey, maybe we got a ride.
Does it seem like it's going in the same direction that we're headed to?
It seems to be moving away from that dagger point.
Oh, never mind. Maybe we could just fly over it since we're still clouds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's following a path.
It's kind of a rough-hewn path. You can see as this large figure seems to be hauling this cart. You see the cart itself is jostling quite a bit. Like, this is not a well-traveled path.
But it's not heading north.
No, this seems to be heading almost directly east.
Okay, so it's not going the way that we're going. I don't know. I'm fine with skipping by. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm good with
Just
it.
continue on going where we're going.
I rolled bad, so I'm gonna follow them.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would do something else completely. But I rolled bad, so I'm gonna have to live with my roll.
Okay. You all head back towards that kind of dagger point in the trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you head back that way, now that you've seen this kind of rough path here, you do notice that it does cut into the tree line a little bit to your south, which is probably the path that these people were following. But you guys were told to kind of go up in towards the mountain. I mean,
Okay.
Y'all just keep going up north?
Yeah, I would assume
Yeah.
we just
Yes.
continue going.
Okay.
Not like we're going to divert from the path
Yeah.
on our own volition.
All right. As you guys all make your way up to this tree line. It's right around this point that your spell begins to end. You can feel your form like dissipating. How high up in the sky are you guys?
I'm going to, if I feel it dissipating, I'm going to go ahead and get down as quickly as I possibly can.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I imagine that we would not have been going that high to be like overall to begin with. Like we'd probably be going like 20 feet tops highest. Like that's just Deke because he's like in Deke's mindset of like we don't know how long this is really going to last, and it's going to be in this form. It's going to be really hard to gauge time.
Yeah.
So Deke would probably not go higher than 20 feet up. And so, like, as we're getting closer and closer,
above the tree line.
Yeah, like above the tree line.
Okay.
But as we're getting closer and closer to time, Deke is going to be like wanting to go fly lower, but like kind of weaving between trees and whatever.
All right.
Yeah, that's.
As your form begins to break and you're returning to your normal form, you get almost this slight panic of, oh God, the spell's done. And then you just slowly drift down to the ground over the next 6 seconds or so. And you're all probably about, I would say about 400 feet north of the farthest real copse of trees in this dagger point.
Cops? There's cops.
Cops with an
Sorry.
E.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Internet cops. E-cops. Cops with an E. That wasn't a good joke.
Nope.
That was a terrible joke.
So yeah. All right.
So
is there a pathway leading up to the point?
That is what I was getting to. Can I get survival checks from everybody?
Yes.
with survival or acrobatics?
What?
Well, we're coming out of this mist form and we're like basically like running.
No,
Okay,
you land. It's like having the slow fall spell kind of on you. Like you
Oh,
calmly
okay.
land on the ground.
Okay.
But I'm talking about looking for a path.
Gronk got a 17.
Zenko rolled an 18.
Nice.
6.
Oh.
6 for Deke.
Deacon, you don't see any path up ahead. You do.
I realized that my eyes have been closed this whole time.
You do notice that Winky is with you.
Yes.
He did manage to maintain, through all of his confusion, didn't manage to follow y'all's misforms.
Does he land on top of me as I like collapse to the ground?
No, he's just very, very confused.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Gronk and Zenko, you notice there's an old, I wouldn't call it a like deer path or anything like that. You do notice a pathway into the mountainside that seems like it has seen a lot of blasts or like manual rough carvings. You're not really sure from what, but it seems like it has been intentionally broken apart and almost rubbleized a lot. But you do kind of see a path going up.
Does that seem like it's the only path?
Seems like the easiest path for sure.
Okay. I guess this way, guys. And Gronk starts
Let
to
us
walk.
proceed.
Okay.
Gronk, with your knowledge of warfare from your sister, you do remember Nobblestaff saying that this was a contentious point in wars centuries ago, so you might assume that through those fights, that might be why this area is a little bit disheveled.
Okay.
As you make your way up,
He's gonna keep an eye out for like explosives that might have been left there that might have not gone off.
he did tell you this was like centuries ago.
Okay, so then never mind.
Explosives probably wouldn't be there.
No, but this is like very like
mean, that
like
could be
I had
very
this thought
Gronko.
earlier of like this is very much like Vietnam like now.
Yeah.
Where like you don't want to go wandering through like a field because there could be unexploded like landmines.
Right. No, I mean, it makes sense.
Like, I had this same thought that Jared's having, but like I had it like maybe 30 minutes ago.
Might be looking for something more like a tumbling rock trap or something that was never set off. An explosive wouldn't be any good after 4 or 5 centuries. But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then looking out
keep
for
an eye-
traps.
go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh, yeah. +0, so that's a 12.
You do find a couple of points where you see kind of excessive amounts of rubble, and you can kind of pinpoint with your warfare knowledge, like, oh, that would be a good point where somebody would drop a trap and it's already been set off. You don't find anything necessarily that is preset or really sets off any danger.
So nothing really dangerous ahead of us at this point.
Right.
Guys, I think it's kind of clear. I'm looking it over. I don't see anything really, but I'll obviously keep an eye out just in case.
Okay.
All right. As you guys travel up, it's about another 1,000 feet or so as you're kind of stumbling through these rocky paths. It's a little bit of rock climbing. It's at parts it's a little smoother. Eventually, you do make your way to. You see like a bunch of brush that actually seems to be a little bit more prominent, and it's covered like looks like it's attempting to cover a doorway. But you see a wide tunnel that's about 35 feet wide.
Fuck.
With a giant, like no door or anything. It's just a giant cave entrance. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
18 for Gronk.
That's a 21 for Zenko.
23 for Deke.
Nice. Okay.
You rolled good.
I rolled a 15. I've got a +8.
Roll good.
As you are all exploring this brush, you notice above the doorway, there's a phrase, looks to be 3 distinctive words. As you're looking at this phrase, it looks, you can see like the letters, each one is a different letter to a different language. And it looks to be 3 different languages.
Oh, that's messed up.
And they alternate each letter.
Which languages are familiar? Which letters are familiar to me?
Would that even work?
Elvish and Orc.
Elvish and Orc. Okay.
It doesn't look grammatically great. Let's put it that way.
No, yeah, that's like
There's
almost
no way,
impossible
yeah.
to put together
Yeah, it's.
in linguist world.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, give me a general investigation check for anybody that knows Elvish and Orcish.
Okay, Orcish.
Gronk's going to make this simple. He's going to go up and touch the surface
Mm-hmm.
You said
and cast
investigation.
comprehend languages.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
But you
oh,
said
that'll-
investigation, right?
Yeah.
19.
Intelligence.
19.
19.
Oh, intelligence?
Yeah.
That does.
11.
Oh, fuck. It's a 16. I thought you said investigation. That would be better.
Yeah. No, this isn't a proficiency thing.
Okay, so 16.
Oh, it's just intelligence.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gronk, when you cast the spell, and
Yes,
eventually Deacon, you kind of piece it together, and then when Gronk actually, I'm assuming, explains it, in Elvish, Dwarvish, and Orcish, the 3 words read, and finally, peace.
huh.
And finally, peace.
Must have been the end of the war.
And finally, peace.
Okay, and that was Dwarvish?
It was Dwarvish, Orcish, and Elvish.
I had 2/3 of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was real close.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't have Elvish. That's why I was...
No, I do. I have Elvish and Orcish. I don't have Dwarvish.
Dwarvish, that's the one nobody had, sorry.
Yeah, but I had 2/3.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
I had to pick common.
Yeah, no, I think
So that's the whole thing is and finally peace?
yes. The way it's kind of spaced out, it says it's like and finally, and then it's almost like there's an extended part piece.
It's like a memorial.
Or that there's a missing word.
Looking around the rest of the edge, it doesn't seem like there's anything missing.
It's just ellipses.
It just looks like peace is actually the one that they put the most emphasis on. So that is the message I'll read. Y'all are looking at this cave entrance with this kind of growth of mountainous flora.
It's just open, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's not like a door here. It's just open.
Correct.
Okay, I'm just trying to grasp this.
So let us just go. Let's get on with it.
I'm gonna look at my compatriots, and I'm gonna, hey, look at me real quick. I'm like whispering this. Look at me real quick, Gronk,
Yeah.
Zenko,
I'm looking.
Winky.
Oh.
I'm gonna hold my finger to my lips, as if to let everyone know that we need to be quiet through this place.
Hey, Deacon.
Yeah,
I think it's you who needs to be quiet most of all.
I know. We all need to be quiet right now.
Okay.
This isn't finally peace. That's it, right? And finally peace.
Yep.
Peace. I don't think it's talking about like this was a war zone and then like there's finally peace here. I think we need to shut the fuck up right now.
All right.
As we go through here, because I think that if we make noise, something bad is gonna fucking happen.
Okay, let's go.
Gronk,
Quietly.
Gronk, you with me on this?
Yeah, let's go.
No,
What?
God damn it.
This will be fun.
I know. But I think I'm right.
All right, so are you guys going to be stealthing as you go?
I'm going to be
Yes.
leading the way
Okay.
because I'm definitely the stealthiest character.
Okay.
I'm going to be leading the way as quietly as possible. I want to be looking for traps that could cause noise. I want to be looking at I want to be doing like investigation checks like the whole way.
Okay. All right. Are you all heading in?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
But I'm definitely in the lead.
As you all make your way through, are you all stealthing in?
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make stealth
Stealth
checks, everybody.
check.
Go ahead and give me an animal handling check to see if you can convince Winky to stealth.
And I did worse on that. Fuck me. Why do I do so bad on animal handling? All right, so I did. My stealth was a 10, and my animal handling was an 8.
Gronk got a 13.
Okay.
Zenko got a 11.
All
How was
right.
Gronk the stealthiest one of us all?
And I
Well,
figured out
because
the
I
goddamn
have
puzzle.
-1 dex.
Sadly, Winky with disadvantage because of the animal handling check
God damn it.
still got like a modified 21.
Oh, hell
Rolled
yeah.
an 18 and a
Wow.
19.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are kind of just dipping into this tunnel, you notice behind you, just as you've like kind of crested into the doorway, it seems like the plants that were guarding this entrance, so to speak, you see like a little bit of life come to them, and it's like they barely move and start crackling towards you. But like I'm talking maybe in half an inch a second. Like they just,
And we can all see this?
it makes an audible noise. It sounds like they're almost like breaking free of the rock.
Sounds like old bones.
Yes, it is just, and just they're barely creaking out and like trying to spread towards you as you walk past.
I'm gonna wave. Okay, Deke's gonna wave his arms like quietly, point at Gronk, and then point at the at the vines, and then put his finger to his lips again.
Why are you pointing Gronk out specifically?
I think he doesn't want you to carve your name into them.
No, because Deke doesn't want you guys to think that they're following us because he rolled so bad.
So he's blaming it on
He's
Gronk.
looking at Gronk, who is the least stealthy of all of us.
But somehow
had
rolled the
highest stealth
best.
roll.
I know.
That's
Minus
amazing.
Winky.
He's a blink dog. It doesn't count.
Fair.
He
He doesn't really exist in this plane anyway.
As you guys get like 10 to 15 feet in, though, it seems like the trees just kind of stop and then just start to recede.
I'm a thumbs up everybody. I'm gonna give him that poppy thumbs up that they all want from Gronk's dad, or Gronk's dad. Sorry, my bad. It was the wrong onk.
As you guys get into this tunnel, there is no light, but you all have dark vision,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
so you're fine. As you go through, the tunnel is still 35 feet wide at the entrance. It does occasionally drop down to about 30, widen back up to about 45, and it seems like it's been, especially right inside the entrance, this was like a camp zone. You can see several flattened out sections of the rock that were probably used as like places to sleep, set up fires, things like that.
And at this point, we've been going. So we flew for 8 hours.
Yes.
As gas. And how long have we been doing this since we stopped being gas?
30 minutes to an hour.
Okay. So we're still good. We don't need like another rest.
No.
No.
All right.
Can I do an investigation check real
Yeah,
fast?
sure.
I want to see, because you're saying that it's like this is an obvious campsite.
Yes.
So I guess maybe this would be perception, but I want to see like.
That would be more investigation.
Okay.
And or history, or I would give you like a warfare check to Gronk or something like that.
Because like I want to see like this is obviously a used place.
Yes.
And I want to see if there's any information that I can glean from this situation. Like, will this lead me somewhere? Will this give me information about how, like, why is this place empty? Like, what happened here?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying is this might be perception over investigation because it's more broad.
I would say, since you're like, perception's usually like, what do you catch that's just like, while like it's in the blip of a moment kind of a thing. Like, what did you pick up like as an instinct that something was out of place? Investigations, you're actively searching.
Yeah, because like if there are like bags there, I kind of want to like look through them maybe, but not like in like a shitty like I want to steal something, but like a like what is happening right now? Like where are we?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
That would be the most appropriate. Anybody else would like to do anything?
I'll roll investigation as well.
That's a 9.
Mm.
No. Wait.
16 for Gronk on
That's
investigation.
Sorry, I got an 11.
10 for Zenko.
All right. Gronk. You're kind of looking near one of these flattened out sections where you can kind of see a little bit of scorched stone kind of in the center of this flattened area. And you guys have kind of seen the similar thing on these different flattened out platforms. But on the side of the wall, Gronk, you do see the words in Orcish carved in very, very faintly. And it says, "Days waiting." And then you see tallies. But it looks old. Like there's been dirt and silt and stuff that's kind of like covered this up. And You kind of just barely saw it a little bit, cleared it up a little bit, and you can see that it looks like somebody was waiting here for probably about a fortnight.
What's a fortnight?
Nice.
Good callback.
I don't necessarily think that. Like, is there anything else? Like, if I notice this, I'm gonna do like a deeper investigation on other like writings or symbols or anything in the area.
You check out another campsite and you notice a game that seems to have been played on the wall, like carved into it.
Mhm.
And then it looks like after the game was finished, somebody kind of like crossed out on it and then tried to start another match of whatever this game was. And it seems like whatever they were trying to carve into this wall, it was just too tedious to do it in the wall, and they stopped.
So, like, is it a game based on like X's and O's?
It seems very tic-tac-toe-ish.
X's
Okay.
and O's.
I guess Gronk's gonna turn to the other two and tell them about.
You do see some scribbling on the wall that's also written in a language you don't understand. Well, you do understand. It's in Dwarvish.
Okay. So what does it say?
This one says, "If I die tomorrow, tell Dalton, my love, that I will never forget him."
Aw.
Gronk's gonna kind of chuckle to himself because of Dalton.
Sure.
He's never seen that name before.
This also, I think, if I die here tomorrow, will you ever be the same? I was definitely thinking like fucking Freebird right now in my head. I was like, Matt's working in fucking Freebird right now.
Other than that, you do see that some people seem to have used this as like a safe campsite, but nobody seems to leave anything here. Like, you do see
Except
some,
for carvings.
those seem like old.
Like older than anything else in
Yes.
the area. Okay.
Those seem to be like the only permanent things here. Other than that, you do see some like kind of small bits of like scrap burnt wood that have almost like they're almost half buried in dirt, and nothing significant really. It seems like occasionally, if anybody uses this tunnel, this is maybe where they're like, "Oh, I just got in. Now I'm safe," or "Oh, I'm about to go out. I better camp here."
Okay, I'm going to make a roll for myself.
Okay. Make me a croissant.
Let's make me drop my croissant.
Go ahead. What are you making a roll for?
Okay. Seeing all of the other like carvings in the wall, Gronk is very tempted.
Oh, you want to carve? Yeah, go for it.
And I feel like this is why I'm going to roll. Okay? Because I don't necessarily want to make this decision, because if it were left up to me as a player, I would say no, because I know that you're tempting me to do something. But in Gronk's character, I think he wants to fucking carve his name in this wall. So I'm going to roll a 20. And
I would say if it's in your character, I would say do it.
Fuck you, Matt.
You can't really fucking fight that. Like,
Like, it is totally like it is one of the first things you ever did as a character, and it's one of the most consistent things you do as a character.
it is a compulsion.
It is. It really is.
I would say you would do it. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to run your character. I'm saying you would do it. Or if you're rolling for it, I would definitely give it like 1 to 15 or whatever, like 5 to 20. Then you do it.
Yeah, and this you're definitely in a situation to where like me and Zenko aren't like watching you to like make sure you don't do it.
That's fair, but I mean, as we entered into this tunnel, I mean, we were pretty cautious. So
It was about being quiet.
Yeah, but I mean, that would make noise.
Not a lot.
I don't know. You do you. If you want to make the roll, go ahead and make the roll for your character choice.
Okay, Matt, then tell me what if I'm gonna go low for I don't do it, high for I do. So
All right.
tell me what
I would say 1 to 5, you don't carve. 6 to 20, you do carve.
Okay. I mean, this is kind of the first time I'm kind of wishing for a low one.
I kind of hope you do it. You do it.
That's a 17.
Like, I just saw the look on your face. I was like, you do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, Gronk, you carve your name into the wall.
Yeah, fuck it, I guess.
All right. Where do you carve it?
Um,
And in what
Kinda-
language?
I mean, in common, so that people
Okay.
can read it. I don't
Okay.
want
Sure.
it to be hidden. I want people to know that I was there.
All right.
I mean, this is what the adventure is about, right?
Okay.
It's what your adventures.
All right.
It's gonna be, I guess, somewhere kind of close, but not directly by where the game is.
Okay.
I don't want people to think that I was there just playing games by myself, but I don't necessarily want it to be close to somebody's
Final words.
final
or-
words. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want them to think that I killed them. Oh, fuck.
Matt's rolling a lot.
All right.
Okay, I thought there was going to be one more.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. No, because if something bad was going to happen, Matt would have said something bad happened.
Or
far
he's
as you
just
know.
preparing to just completely fuck us.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have said, "What's your AC?" I've played with Matt before as a DM.
That's fair.
So Jared, what is your AC?
All right. So you carve in your name. For the most part, this looks like it's an abandoned campground, kind of. I mean, it's large enough to hold 100 troops pretty uncomfortably. But it could be done. And what you've been told, that seems what it was probably 4 centuries ago.
Can I do? Okay, so is there just like there's one cavern coming in that we came in, right?
Yep.
Is there only one cavern going out, or are there like multiple exits?
Just seems to be one going out.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Mhm.
let us head
Shh.
out.
I'm gonna use message and go, "Hey man, be cool."
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Gronk. I'm still using message. Gronk.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that it's soundless.
Yeah. Hey, let's head out. Hey, remember, be quiet.
And then he gives a smile and a thumbs up.
You have message too. And you can also
But he
respond to
doesn't-
me when
yeah.
I use it.
Yeah, but he doesn't care to. He just smile and thumbs up.
All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
thumbs up back and then like point towards the cavern and like kind of nod at everybody.
Okay. All right. As you all move forward, go ahead and give me another round of stealth checks real quick.
Mm-hmm.
10 for Gronk.
Oh yeah, that's right. 12 for Zenko.
16 for Deke. I finally rolled good. I put 2 dice in dice jail. I've been rolling real bad.
All right. So it was 16 for Zink?
Yes.
Or Deke? Sorry.
Yes, I'm Deke.
10 for Gronk.
10 for Gronk. And how much for Zenko?
That was 12.
Okay. You guys continue moving down this hallway. About another 100, 200 feet, 300 feet. This portion seems to be a little bit smoothed out as compared to the rest.
It's worn. Like it's traveled.
It seems like it was better prepared. I guess it's better carved. The cavern that y'all were just in seemed to be widened intentionally to host more people. This seems to be more like a pathway.
Okay.
It does wind occasionally. You do actually come to a T section where you can continue going forward, or you can duck down to the right. To the right, it looks like there's a staircase downwards after about another 30 feet. Forward, it seems like it keeps going.
And like two of the people in the room with me just like looked at me like I had a fucking answer.
Well,
right
you like put your hands up to your face.
I was gonna like use
message.
and I was like, I got fucking nothing right now.
Go ahead and give me perception checks, everybody. Gronk with advantage.
Zenko has a 17.
18 for Deacon.
14 for Gronk.
Okay.
And that's with advantage.
You all see it. You do see it's actually written specifically in Dwarvish, so only Gronk you can read it.
Fuck.
It seems like very basic Dwarvish. Like you can still understand it, but it seems like it says finality.
Fuck me.
So Gronk is going to send a message to both Deacon and Zenko and say that, kind of just interpret this and tell them, hey guys, this reads finality.
I'm gonna reply with like final, like the final of T's.
From your understanding of like the translation, it seems like a finality of like rest.
Okay, so like a memorial. Or death.
Or like a fucking crypt.
Yeah? Zenko's gonna nod.
Fuck.
It's okay. Let's move forward.
I'm gonna use message to say,
I can't be honest. I kind of want to go down.
Okay.
Let's leave the crypt alone and let's pass through. Gronk, remember your sister.
Yeah, we gotta find your sister, bro.
All right, let's go then.
I think going and looking at a bunch of dead bodies is probably bad news.
Then let's go. And Gronk is going to continue.
Okay, I'll keep going straight.
Yes.
Okay. You'll get about another 100 feet or so, and then I'm going to want everybody to give me perception checks.
16 for Gronk.
Ooh, 21 for Zenko.
And for Deke, you said perception, right?
That's correct.
That's a 23 for Deke.
Nice.
Okay, and even Winky rolled over a 20.
Hell yeah, that's my dog.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's my dog.
Just ahead of you, probably about another 50 feet or so, you see this in your kind of dark vision. It's a little hard to tell, but it looks like this wispy shape moves out of the wall and crosses over this tunnel. And before it gets to the other side, you all sense this rumbling. And then it seems like it's almost chasing that shape. You see these giant, it almost looks like giant praying mantis, but with like hard carapaces surrounding them. And they chew their way through the rubble. And they seem to be chasing down whatever this shape is.
Huh.
And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these giant bugs crawling out, coming after the shape. And just after that, you see more of these wisps, like ghostly forms, coming out of the walls. And they all seem to start attacking each other in front of you in this about 25-foot wide hallway in front of you. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Okay, God.
Oh
Damn.
man.
I know. I'm so glad because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do right now.
Yeah. So out of it.
Thank you for listening to The Mundane and the Arcane. You can find us on all social media platforms by searching @TMaTAcast. Don't forget that you can also be a part of the show by using the hashtag TMaTAcast.
See you tomorrow.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Hi, Hungry. I'm Dad. The podcast where nerdy dads talk nerdy fads.
We talk life, entertainment, and give advice to those who never asked for it.
Like, anytime I do anything, my brother calls me a thought. What do I do?
Or best college degree for a supervillain.
So go smash that like button.
Find us wherever podcasts live.
Where's that, Jared?
A magical place called the internet.
Like Spider-Man and Elsa shipping videos.
Dad, I'm hungry. Wait!
Forge Audio.
Dream it.
Build it.
Share it.